Okay, St. Augustine inching closer to the parking garage in West Augustine. This could be a very big deal. As we all know, finding parking in downtown St. Augustine been a huge challenge for residents and visitors alike, obviously.
Never heard this.
There's a glimmer of hope on the horizon, they say. City leaders are edging closer to the construction of a second parking garage. And the location they have in mind is West Augustine. Yes, we know this. West Augustine, the proposed parking garage is planned on the corner of West King and US 1, if you didn't know that, right across from the main route into downtown. The assistant city manager, Reuben Franklin, confirmed the development plans and mentioned that the location currently occupied by Broudy's is the one being mainly considered. We've seen the Broudy's plans and all that good stuff. Let's see.
Reuben's doing some good stuff.
Reuben gets
He's off to a good start.
Reuben gets handed all the like really challenging stuff. It's like, we don't know what to do with it. Let's give it to Reuben.
He's a smart dude.
He's a nice, smart dude.
He's
got the bus system started with the stars thing. Yeah, I think that's today, the ribbon cutting.
Yeah.
At 11.
And he's emotionally stable, too. So if we
now, let's not ruin Reuben.
Reuben, you want to come on the show?
We don't want to unstabilize him that quickly, do we? But hopefully, if folks like us start bashing him anytime soon, he'll be able to handle it. Reuben will be fine.
He'll be fine.
He's a future city manager, is what I'm going to tell you.
I think so. Yeah,
super cool.
Yeah, and that'll be good for us when that happens. Yep. Last year, Barry Broudy expressed the urgent need for more parking spaces, especially during the busy weekends when it becomes nearly impossible to find a spot downtown. It really does. He wants to collaborate with the city on creating the parking garage with up to 800 spaces. However, Reuben added that the plan goes beyond just a parking garage. It aims to be a mixed-use development featuring commercial and residential spaces as well. There's been some talk about the height of this. I don't think that's been adjusted at all. I think they did approve this with the height kind of violations anyway, right?
It's a PUD, so the code kind of gets thrown out.
Oh.
So the PUD, you have to ask for what it is. They might have a code specifically for that area, but once it goes into a PUD, the rules are basically handwritten and approved at that point, moving forward from that point. They kind of use the guidelines of the code, but they don't have to stick to it.
Okay. I think a lot of people under the impression that was kind of hard line, right? That 75 foot or whatever it was, whatever that mark is.
Well, and it's actually around the town. In most areas, it's 35 feet, but there's
35 feet. There's
some commercial that you're allowed to go to 45, certain zonings, but for the most part, it's 35 feet throughout the entire city.
Gotcha.
But because it's PUD, that's allowed to get to that level where he's at.
Planned unit development.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. You didn't know what a PUD was.
I looked it up. I was like, what is this, pudding? Like, I didn't, okay, PUD. Yeah. Now I get it.
Primary goal of the parking garage, they say, is to provide much-needed parking spaces for people visiting downtown. They hope it alleviates parking struggles for those visiting the downtown area and benefits the West King Street area as more foot traffic expected to be in that vicinity. Some individuals, they say, express concern about the impact on the corner. Donna, we don't need to get into individual people's perspectives, but there you go. So it's getting closer. Do we have any idea when we actually might see groundbreaking on this? Do they have any plans for that yet, or are we still kind of going through the process?
I'd say the bank probably has the best idea.
Okay.
It's an expensive project.
Yeah, I would have to imagine.
It's an expensive project.
Lots of concrete.
This is a big project. So,
but could really help with some traffic. Hopefully, right? That's the plan. That's the idea. As part of the plans, there were some shops included in there and some apartments.
Yeah, my concern with the location of this is 80% of the people that come into St. Augustine come from the north, and they're turning before they get to this point. So I don't know at what point and how they're going to do the wayfinding to make that work, to get people there. Getting people to that location and ready for that location is going to be key to the success of this parking garage.
They just need to boost their SEOs when they're searching St. Augustine. That'll come right up for where to park. And if that's the leader of the search, then that's where they'll go.
The leader of the search usually goes to the central part of the city, and that happens before you get to this location.
Well, another kind of interesting aspect to this is that they're kicking around the idea that high-speed rail, you know, and Broudy's would be that corner right there would be a
They're still doing that? That's still
train.
kicking around?
Yeah.
That's an idea that's still out there. Yeah, they haven't really turned it down, and I'm sure people are still working very, very hard to make that happen. Yeah. So that could help with that type of thing, is especially like you mentioned, they're coming from the north. So if they're coming from that Jacksonville area and they just hop on one of those high-speed rails and get dropped off at this parking garage.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, like, you know, a lot of people coming off 95 get off at 16. They don't get off at 207.
Right.
They get off at 16. They get off at the exit that's going to take them directly to it. That's just, you know, whatever you're using, whatever the maps or whatever you're using, it tells you to get off at 16 if you're coming from the north.
So some good signage might be in the works here too to let people know where it is.